Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students, and welcome back to the series of lecture on parts of speech. Today we are going to deal with lecture number 8, and it is all about preposition and types of preposition. Before moving ahead, I will request you all to subscribe this channel so that you are going to get all the videos in a go. And don't forget to press the bell button so that you are going to get all the notifications whenever the video is available. Let's get started. So students, we are going to study what is preposition at first, because in order to recognize a preposition, its function in a sentence, it is very much necessary to go through its basic definition. So a preposition is a word which expresses relationship of a noun and a pronoun to other words of the sentence. It is actually a word which shows the relationship of what? A noun or a pronoun to other part of the sentence. The words used as prepositions are as follows. Example: in, of, to, at, by, for, with, under, above, into, onto, upon, about, behind, besides, and so on. These are actually the common prepositions, and these are the mixed up types of prepositions. Let's figure out each type with its unique function. So we have actually the 5 types of prepositions. Number 1 is preposition for time, that is obviously going to tell us the time. Number 2, preposition for place, that is used for the place. Number 3, preposition of direction. Whenever noun or pronoun is given a direction, then we may use preposition of direction. Number 4, preposition of agent. It acts like an agent between two different parts of the structure of sentence. Number 5, preposition for instruments. Now we are going to study each type in a detail. Number 1, preposition for time. The example for preposition of time mainly includes at, on, and in. Let us just see when we are going to use each example of preposition of time for the specific function. These prepositions are used to refer to the time in various aspects. For example, in is used to express the time nature. Let's dig out that how we are going to use the time nature by using in preposition. Number 1, months or years. Whenever you are expressing the months or expressing the years, you are going to use in preposition to express the time, because you are particularly talking about the time. Number 2, particular time of the day or a month or an year. For example, you may say in the evening, in the morning, in the 3rd of April, in winter or in summer. Means they all are expressing the particular day or the particular time of the day of any month or any year. Number 3, a century or a specific time in a past or future. Examples: in the 20th century, in early days, in the Stone Age, in future, in past. Whenever you are referring to the time from any time span, you are going to use time preposition, that is in. Next is on. On is used to express a day, dates, or particular days. For example, something is planned on a day, then you may say it as on Sunday. Or something or some function or any function is planned on a particular date, then you may express it as on 7th of February or on February 7th. Number 3, particular days. Obviously, when you are going to talk about the particular days, it means that the certain actions are going to be on that day. So you are going to use on my birthday, on Independence Day. Last category of the preposition of time is at. Number 1 is time of clock. Whenever you have to express the time, you are going to use at with it. For example, at 3 o'clock, at 4:20 p.m., at 5 past 10, and so on. Number 2 is short and precise times. Whenever you are not indicating the exact time, but you are just certain about the precise times of the day or the division of the day into certain parts, then you are going to use at. For example, at night, and at sunset, at noon, at lunchtime, at the moment, or at the bedtime. This was all about the preposition of time. Now let's proceed to the examples of it. Now we are going to see the preposition of time used in proper sentences. Number 1. She was born in 1986. His father died in 2005 in a car accident. Number 3. I was very happy on the first day of my job. Number 4. We went to see glaciers in the summer. Number 5. The party will start at 8 p.m. Next is they will come here on 15th February. And the last one is everyone takes breakfast in the morning. So these all are expressing the preposition of time used in different examples as sentences. Next we are going to deal with the preposition of place. And the place particularly goes with on, at, and in. Now do not confuse on, at, and in on the basis of their similarity used in both types, that is in preposition of time and in preposition of place. Though they are similar, but they are going to use differently for different purpose in a sentence. Let's figure out that how on, at, and in is used for preposition of place. In is mostly used for a place having some sort of the physical or the virtual boundaries. Means whenever you are going to express some place by indicating its premises or by determining its boundary, then it means that you are going to use in. Any building, any house, or any hotel, that is used in with it. Whereas on is usually based for the surfaces. Anything is placed on the surface, then we are going to use on. Means that surface is the ground for that particular thing. Next is at. At is usually used for the specific places. Whenever we are going to use the specific places or the particular places which we are used to talk about, then we use at. Let's see their examples and their different usage. In is used as a nature of places. For example, places having the physical or the virtual boundaries. Examples are in a hall, in a school, in the building, in the box, in the car, in the library, and so on. Now over here you may observe that in a hall is a premises, and in a hall, if we are going to do the further divisions, then we may say it as we have been divided the certain boundary, the certain physical boundary, into subdivision of virtual boundary. So in short, we can use in for the places that have the physical or the virtual boundaries. Next is usage of on as a preposition of place. On is used for representing the surfaces. Something is above that surface, or something is just on the surface. For example, on the table, on the blackboard, on the page, on the wall, on a roof, and on the map. Last one is at. Now at is used for specific places. Whenever you are meant to talk about the specific places, then you may use at. For example, at bus stop, at the entrance, at the front of the chair, at the bottom of the glass, and at the edge of the roof. I hope so. Now with the functions you are pretty clear the usage of in, on, and at with respect to the preposition of place. Let's move towards its examples in sentences. They live in England. They placed their books on a table. I met him at the bus stop. She waited for her kids at the gate of her home. There is a cute cat under the table. They were running on the road. So these all examples are presenting actually the place. They are indicating the place with different functions. That's why they are called as preposition of place. Now let's move towards the third type of preposition, and that is prepositions for direction. As name implies, whenever a noun or a pronoun is given a certain direction to move or to act, then we are going to use prepositions of direction with them in order to link them with the other part of the sentence. Preposition of direction mainly includes into, to, through, and towards. While students do not rely on only these four examples, there is a huge list of preposition of directions. You just have to figure out in a sentence whenever a noun or a pronoun is going to perform its action in a certain direction, then it means that we have to use the preposition of direction over there. Let's see its examples. They are going to classroom. Now to is indicating that is linked between the noun and the object. Now to is indicating that it is a link of going, the action performed by a noun towards the object or the rest part of the sentence. Number 2, the snake was coming toward her. Now toward is indicating the direction. So that's why we have to use, or we may say it as we have used preposition of direction here. Number 3, he threw a ball into a river. Into means that ball has been gone into the river. That ball has been crossed the surface of the water and then went down from the surface of the water. That means into. Next one is preposition for agent. Now agent means they are going to express certain things, or they are going to express certain relation. Let's study its definition. These prepositions are used to express a causal relationship between the noun, a doer, and an action. For example, by, with, and so on. There is again a huge list that is going to represent the preposition of agent. Let's see the examples, how we are going to use each type in an example. A nice book was written by John Keats. Now over here, by is actually expressing us the relationship of a noun, a doer, towards its action. Now doer is John Keats, means noun, and what he has done, he has written a nice book. So we are going to just link up the both parts, the doer and the action, with the preposition of an agent here, which is by. Number 2, a lot of the noise was made by kids. Number 3, the task was finished by him. Some schools have been made by government. And the last one is, have they gone to their college? Now over here in last example, to is indicating the preposition of an agent here, though it is not mentioned in the list. As I told you that we are having the huge list of preposition of an agent, it is not possible to mention or to go through with each word in a detail. You just have to rely on the function. You just have to look over the function, that how preposition is used in a sentence, what function it is serving in a sentence. That will indicate you that which type it specifically belongs to. Let's move towards the fifth point, that is prepositions for instrument, devices, or machines. Now it is very much interesting to know that whenever we do the action, we do the things, or we do the function by using the tools, then we have to need to express such certain functions by different types of the prepositions. They are actually called as preposition for instruments or machines. Let's study its definition at first. Such prepositions are used for joining nouns. Nouns can be now an instrument, a device, or a machine. They are used to join the nouns to the other words in a sentence. And their list includes on, by, with the help of, and etc. Again, we have the huge list for preposition of an instrument as well. You are requested to go through, if you are interested to learn more, to go through with them in a detail in order to have the grip on this topic, or you may also do it smartly. While acting smartly, you just have to figure out the word or the preposition in a sentence and have to look at which function it is serving in the sentence. That will obviously make you clear about each type of the preposition. Let's see its examples. He went to the home by a car. In this example, by is linking up the first part of the sentence that includes subject, noun, and an object by an instrument or a device, that is machine here, and that has been linked up with the preposition of an instrument, which is by here. So you have been looked here that by is serving a different function in this type. So you just have to look over the function which preposition is serving in a sentence. Next example is, this lock cannot be opened with the key. Third one is, she watered the plants with the help of a water pipe. And the last one is, he broke the wall with a hammer. So in all these examples, we have been seeing that the instrument is linked up with the rest part of the sentence by using the preposition of instruments or devices. So students, this was all about the preposition. I would like to just give you a tip. You just have to figure out, don't rely on the words. Just don't rely, because they are going to make you confused or make you deceive in certain cases, because an is used for the preposition of time as well, and that can be used for the preposition of a place as well. So you are going to confuse whenever you are going to rely on certain lists. Just rely on the function it is serving in the sentence. This is a small tip. By getting this tip, I am pretty sure you are going to have a grip on this topic very perfectly. At the end, I would like to request you all to subscribe this channel so that you are going to get all the videos based on grammatical concepts in easy way. Thanks for clicking. Thank you.